What's up, fam? Welcome back to the conversation with We Are Rock Youth. I'm Jake. I am a youth pastor down at our San Ysidro campus. And so we just want to welcome every single person who's viewing online. Whether you're one of our students, you're a parent, or this is maybe your first time seeing this, we just want to say God loves you and he has a great plan for you. I don't want to waste any time before we go forward. I want to talk about how to find a sound mind through rough times. It rhymes and I love it. And so what we're going to be talking about today is something that our pastor has been sharing with us. Our world, we're going through a crazy transition right now. I mean, whenever you're watching this, you'll always look back at this moment and there is something going on in the world, this pandemic that is just rocking our nation. And so with that comes a lot of uncertainty and a lot of doubt. And the peace and the sound mind seems to just go right out the window. So today I want to talk about how to find that sound mind through the rough times. So Pastor Miles has been feeding this verse to us as a church, and it comes from 2 Timothy 1 verse 7. It says, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind." Today we're going to be talking about the sound mind portion, but I wanted to reference the first two first, just so that we have the whole verse in context. Okay, so number one, power. God has created us to make a great impact in the world, whether it be with one another or in a big community or in our families. The thing about us is we're human, so we're flawed. We have weaknesses. But in the Bible, it says that God's strength and his power is made perfect in our weaknesses. So this strength that we see, this power that we see that shifts the world is not one that comes from us. It's the one that comes from the Father, and it's made perfect through us. We are the vessel. Number two, love. And this is really simple. Love trumps everything. But the Bible literally says that above all these things, the greatest is love. And so if we don't have love for one another, if we don't have love for our neighbors, if we don't have love at all, we are nothing. And then now number three, a sound mind. So I want to dive into this, and I have two things for us about how to find a sound mind, and then I want to challenge you at the end of this video. Okay? I believe that God is every bit spiritual that he is practical. He's both. It's two worlds in one. And so I want to talk about the spiritual. How do you find peace? How do you find a sound mind spiritually? If you go to church, or even if you don't go to church, you will often hear, spend time with God. You would also often hear, oh, worship God. What does that mean? How can we worship God? Spiritually, how can we find a sound mind? I watched a video, or not actually a video, a movie. I watched a movie recently called The War Room. It has impacted my life. It's a dope movie about a young lady who goes to bat for her family through prayer. And she clears out a space in her closet. She calls it the War Room because she literally goes to war in that room. I do not have a closet that's nearly as big as that, but I have a small closet where I can make a war corner. Yep, that's right. I have a war corner. And so whenever I'm faced with troubled times, whenever things start hitting me, I like to go to my war corner. And in that corner, I play a playlist of the most spiritual and worship and God honoring songs that are my liking. I have a playlist of maybe 15, 16 of those songs. And I just have it going as I'm praying to God, interceding on behalf of other people. I usually keep a journal and I write people's prayer requests in it. So I'm looking at the journal and I'm praying, and that whole time is just spent in my war corner, going to bat for the people that are around me, my loved ones, and the world. Number two, how to find a sound mind practically. Now, spiritually, we're good. Practically, I do believe that there are some practical things that God has enabled us to do. Here's an example. I love basketball. Love it. I'm not the greatest player. You can even ask my brother. I'm really not that good. It's all good though, because I just love the act of just playing basketball, working as a team, and playing the game. What I love about playing basketball the most is while I'm playing basketball, I am not worried about anything else. I'm not worried about my bills that might be due. I'm not worried about texts that I have to text back or emails that I'm getting. Literally, when I'm on the court, it's all about, one, getting the dub, and 2, working as a team, and 3, enjoying myself. And so that's something you can do practically. I just like to play basketball. And I try to play basketball as often as I can during the week, whether that's going to 24-hour fitness to play, whether that's gathering a couple friends at a park to play. It really does not matter. I just love to play basketball. That's my passion. And so I utilize that to enable me to find peace and a sound mind practically. So now I want to ask you 2 questions. 1, how do you find a sound mind spiritually? Do you have to find a war corner or a war room? Is it listening to worship music? Maybe you're an artist, maybe you play an instrument and worshiping that way would help. What is it for you? And then 2, how do you find a sound mind practically? For me, it was basketball. What is that for you? It might be music, it might be art, it might be sports. But I pray that whatever it is that you would ask God to show you, Father, what is it that you want me to do? How can I find a sound mind through the rough times? And know that wherever you are, whether you're here in San Diego or you're somewhere around the world watching this, God sees you, God loves you, and until next time, God bless you.